One's a powerful Viking warrior, swinging around a hammer with the power of a dying star. The other is a warrior princess, with a lasso capable of restraining cosmic beings. Both of them are gods with divine might. It's Thor versus Wonder Woman, the son of Odin and the daughter of Zeus. And today, we're going to take a look at their strengths and weaknesses, their powers and abilities, their fighting skill and weapons, to finally figure out who wins. So let's get to it. And starting out here, well, I want to talk about physicality, their strength, toughness, then their speed. And even if Wonder Woman isn't up there with Superman, she's definitely one of the strongest heroes in DC Comics. You could maybe even argue that she's the second strongest hero in DC. As just a toddler, she was able to shatter meteors, which, as the dad of a toddler, can confirm babies are surprisingly strong. Wonder Woman's regularly been able to match up against Supergirl, Shazam, Power Girl, even knock out Black Adam and Green Lantern. Darkseid himself has suggested that she might be second in power to Superman alone, and Diana has been able to match up against Superman a few different times, at the very least knock him around and possibly even overpower him. So at best, through scaling her off soups, you're talking about solar system level strength. She's one of the few people capable of moving planets by hand. We've seen her teaming up with Superman and Green Lantern to move the moon before, teamed up with Superman and Martian Manhunter to move the Earth. It's even gone further than that, like Wonder Woman's managed to redirect a blast from the combined power of all the Olympian gods. Her and Superman have teamed up to help lift the Spectre before, who's as heavy as all eternity. And Diana has torn apart the Lasso of Lies, which is just as strong as her own lasso and is made up of prayers. So you're talking about some abstract level strength here. But even for all of that, Thor's shown off better strength feats, and he's the stronger one out of the two. I really don't even think it's much of an argument to make. Thor's able to destroy planets with just the shockwaves of his strikes. He's threatened to knock the Earth out of orbit as he was arm wrestling against Hercules. He's managed to pick up and lift the Midgard Serpent, a snake who is way bigger than the Earth, is able to stretch from Earth all the way to Asgard, so across universes. He's even overpowered the crushing force of 20 different planets at once. That's really just scratching the surface. Thor's been able to shake the whole universe with Mjolnir, done it several different times. He's been able to overpower Mephisto while they were in his own realm, and fought against Zeus, where Zeus said that Thor put up a better fight than any of the gods or titans Zeus has battled before. Then there's all the times where Thor has messed around with the world tree Yggdrasil. And in case you don't know, Yggdrasil is this hyper construct that supports all the 9 realms. I guess technically 10 realms, which are actually confirmed to be distinct and separate space-time universes. And even further, well, Yggdrasil is said to be everything, have its roots and branches in all that is, and contain infinite different universes and exist across infinite planes of reality. So that's crazy. And Thor's managed to overpower the world engine. It was a machine that was built into the very core of Yggdrasil, possessing the tree's full might. And funny enough, it's not the only time that Thor has gone up against the world tree. When he was just a baby, he managed to shake every branch in the tree and every realm in the branches with just his cries. He's shattered Yggdrasil's roots before. he's been able to overpower and defeat Mythos, a being who, again, wielded the full power of the tree. So yeah, Thor is somehow comfortably universal in strength just by doing stuff like this. And for as great as Wonder Woman is, well, she's not touching the stuff that Thor is doing, especially not replicating it all by herself. And a lot of these Thor feats aren't even touching the massive upgrades in power the God of Thunder has gone through recently. But we'll hold on to that for later, because what about durability? Well, for as strong as Thor is, and Diana too, they're equally just as tough. Like, Thor's regularly been able to take punches from all sorts of villains who are strong enough to destroy planets with their attacks. Take them all, keep on going. Each of these guys have confirmed planet level strength, and a lot of them are stronger than Diana. And Thor is able to just keep on fighting. Seriously, Thor's said before that he could battle against the Hulk for a century. The Hulk. I have a hard time believing that Wonder Woman would be able to easily or quickly put Thor down with just her punches. He's just absolutely too tough. However, Diana does have her sword, and Thor has iffy piercing durability at best. Like, Wolverine's had a hard time cutting him before. We all know that Wolverine can cut clean through anyone. But then Noel was able to pierce him with the All Black. And if I gotta lean towards one of those with Wonder Woman, I feel like it's more likely that Diana could replicate something closer to Noel versus not being able to really cut him like Wolverine. Either way though, Thor's also shown off that if he ever is injured, well, that doesn't mean he's out of the fight. He's able to fight while missing major body parts or vital organs. He's able to endure through pretty much any injury he receives, so he'll keep on fighting no matter what. Also, again, just want to stress how crazy his durability is. He can easily withstand planetary destruction. He's regularly brushed off punches from people as strong as Wonder Woman. He's got no problem facing down cosmic beings. Thor's been launched repeatedly across different universes and kept on standing, cause he's Thor. Now, Diana can take some serious hits too. She can take punches and attacks from Superman, Supergirl, Zod, Doomsday, Green Lantern, Shazam, and even Darkseid. None of them are strong enough to put her down for good. She'll just keep on getting back up and keep on fighting every time. She can take massive explosions, even point-blank universe-ending blasts. She can casually survive inside of black holes, and Diana is way tougher when you factor in her bracelets of submission. I mean, these bracelets are powerful enough to block Darkseid's Omega beams, absolutely no problem. She was even completely unscathed after taking a full-on blast from the combined power of all the Olympian gods at once. Wonder Woman is insanely tough. But if I had to say one was tougher, which I guess I do, it's gonna be Thor. I want to highlight Wonder Woman. She can take a lot of full-powered punches from a lot of strong people and remain standing. But Thor being able to do things like brush off attacks from Galactus, stand around at ground zero for planets blowing up, things like that, puts him in a different tier. Just like Superman is stronger and tougher than Wonder Woman, well, so is Thor. But of course, Thor isn't the fastest guy you've ever seen. There's a reason why he's earned the nickname Thor Slowdenson. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is one of the top 10 fastest heroes in all of DC Comics. DC themselves confirms this. It's a little bit iffy how fast she is in a race, but in a fight, well, she's one of the best out there. She's actually proven herself to be comparable to Superman in a lot of their fights. Batman even said that her reaction time is better. And Diana is actually proven to be faster than Supergirl. She can hit Reverse Flash while blindfolded, and her speed just consistently shows up pretty much every fight she's been in. There's even the insanely impressive time when she blocked parts of the Shattered Gods. These were trillions and trillions of different fragments coming at her and traveling through the universe at faster than light speeds. She is stupid fast, reaching into immeasurable or irrelevant speeds. And Thor isn't that. At least most of the times, because let's just say Thor's speed can be super inconsistent. Sometimes in fights, well, he's slower than Wolverine or Captain America. Other times, he's been able to catch Hermes, the literal god of speed, who was moving too fast for anyone else to actually even see him. You can even argue that Thor straight up has immeasurable speed, just like Wonder Woman. After all, being the king of Asgard, he should massively upscale from Valkyrie, who's fast enough to travel across the 10 realms in the blink of an eye. Thor's been able to send a Mjolnir flying so fast that it warps past the boundaries of space-time and travels distances that can't be measured. Then Thor can, in turn, react to Mjolnir traveling back towards him, moving at those speeds. So speed clearly goes to Wonder Woman. It would be super disingenuous to give the edge to Thor here. Thor is just way too inconsistent to say he's actually faster than Wonder Woman. But if we're using Thor at his best, well, then you can argue they can keep up with Diana in a fight, in the same way they can keep up with Hyperion, Gladiator, Sentry, and Silver Surfer, who all have some absolutely crazy speed feats of their own, like traveling light years in just seconds, or even warping time and space using their raw speed. Heck, Thor's straight up outsped Surfer before. Physicality, well, it has to go to Thor. He's stronger, he's tougher, by a pretty significant margin in some ways, and while Wonder Woman is faster, that difference in attack power between the two is still enough to pretty confidently give the edge to Thor. So then what about their skills, weapons, and other abilities? Well, for Diana, no question about it, she's one of the greatest fighters on Earth. And that's not even me saying that. That's Batman saying that. He called her the best melee fighter on the planet, and no one is going to argue with Batman. She was trained by Ares, the god of war, in a lot of ways should scale to Ares in terms of skill, who has mastered tactics and strategies throughout the ages. She's also been able to fight against Zod, who was bred from birth to be a warrior. She's fought with Superman plenty of different times. Wonder Woman's even battled against most of the Justice League while she was blindfolded. Wonder Woman's also got plenty of magical weapons, her lasso, her bracelets, and her sword, the most handy of which will definitely be her sword. It's been able to injure beings as powerful as Darkseid and Doomsday before. While there is a lot made about it being able to cut on the atomic level, Diana can't actually regularly do this because she can't see the atoms. She had to have Superman help her do it. Either way, it's still a super sharp sword, and Thor's definitely susceptible to just getting stabbed and run right through. I guess Wonder Woman's also got the ability to control Zeus's lightning, but I don't see it being super helpful to use against the god of thunder, a guy who's completely immune to lightning. It's the very abstract concept of the storm. It could be way more likely that Thor could just use the lightning against Wonder Woman. And then for as much hacks and skills and abilities that Wonder Woman has, Thor has her outclassed. For starters, while you can debate whether or not Wonder Woman has more skill than Thor, you can't argue that Thor has way more experience than Diana. Wonder Woman is probably topping out a few thousand years old, considering that her mom was a teenager during the Trojan War. Meanwhile, Thor has repeatedly said that he's older than the human race, remembers mankind back when they were in the Stone Age. So yeah, a lot more experience. He's also got enough skill to match up against an amped Shang-Chi, so I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bad fighter or just a brute with a hammer. And with that hammer, well, Thor obviously has infinitely more hacks and abilities than Wonder Woman. He can drain someone's life force from them, manipulate matter on the molecular level, which would include Wonder Woman and her weapons. He can even steal and negate magic and divine power, like when he stole the power cosmic from Galactus or separated Juggernaut from the control of Sidorak. That's really just scratching the surface. We're talking about lightning and storms that can span across universes and can injure and fight back the Black Winter. Galactus is superior, plus literally all the powers and abilities of Odin himself. So like some truly crazy stuff. And that's really my last point. The God of Thunder has got so many permanent power-ups recently that this fight almost isn't even a question anymore. If it was ever close at one point, well, it's not right now. Like for starters, Thor has the Odin Force now, and all the powers of Odin that come along with it. And he is significantly stronger and more powerful now, to the point where he's casually injuring and beating villains who he's really struggled with in the past. Like not just knocking around one of the strongest versions of the Hulk ever, but he's knocking around Odin and Thanos. He's definitely stronger than he was before. And again, well, he's got all the powers of Odin. So in theory, Thor could just straight up grow to the size of a solar system and one-shot a planet just by touching it. He can completely warp reality around him, even erase beings completely from existence. Things like that. Crazy stuff. Thor's also the son of the Phoenix and has a connection to the Phoenix Force. With that power, he's able to operate on a multiversal level, pushing back a multiversal wave. He's also still apparently got access to the power cosmic, where Thor was straight up able to overpower Galactus, killed Galactus, and fought against the Black Winter. And all of this, as of so far, seems to be sticking with him, seems to be here to stay. The only argument you can make with Wonder Woman is that she really is just that much faster than Thor, that she can slice and dice him with her sword. But truly, with how powerful Thor has become, if you're making that argument, you also have to believe that Wonder Woman could do the same thing against beings like Galactus and Odin. Thor truly is that powerful. And while Wonder Woman has just that one win condition, Thor has like 100 different things he could do to take home the dub. So yeah, my opinion, Thor is winning here, and it's not even close.